Good morning, everyone. I am Irfan of second B.Sc Computer Science from KCSKNC College of Arts and Science. Now we are going to say about the topic programming with Java in managing errors and exceptions. Before going into our subject, let us know about what is error. An error may produce an incorrect output or may terminate the execution of the program. It is important to detect and manage properly all the possible error conditions in the program so it cannot get crashed or terminated during executions. The errors have been divided into two different types. They are compile time error and runtime errors. Compile time errors. All syntax error will be detected and displayed by the Java compiler, and these errors are known as compile time errors. Whenever the compile displays an error, it does not create the dot class file. All the error before we can successfully compile and run the program successfully, we need to fix it all over the program before we run the program successfully. Here's an example for compile time error. Here we need to create a class called error1. Then we have a method public static void main string arg. Then we should write the print statement system.out.println hello Java. Here in this example we have missed the semicolon at the end of the print statement and the following message will display it. As we see in the screen, like error1.java 7, which means the program which has been executed, and 7, which is expected the line where the semicolon is missed. System.out.println hello Java, which resembles there is an error over that line. So there are most other compile time errors that we are used in day-to-day lives. It's recently the more typographical errors are very hard to find. The most common problems are missing semicolons. While we miss some semicolons at the end of some statements, it will resemble compile time error, or else missing or mismatches of bracket in classes or method, or misspelling of identifiers or keywords, misspelling double quotes in string, uses of undeclared variable, incompatible types of assignment or initializations, bad reference to object, uses of equal to in the space of double equal to, which resembles to declare the values. And the most common error is used as Java C comment not found, which means when we don't set the path correctly. When we used to compile a program, we need to set the path from starting from the set path. When we do not set the path correctly, it will show the error like comment not found. Now, the second type, the runtime error. Sometimes a program may compile successfully, creating the class file, but it does not run properly. Such programs may produce wrong result due to the wrong logic or may terminate due to error such as stack overflow. Yeah, few sometimes some runtime errors have been given over here. Some of them are dividing an integer by 0. As we all know, there's a number which is divided by 0 which gives a term called infinite. If a program which has a term where the given result is a number which is divided by 0, it gives a runtime error. Then accessing an element that is out of the bound of array. Trying to store a value into an array of an incompatible type or class. trying to cast an instance of a class to one of its subclass, passing a parameter that is not in a valid range or value of a method, trying to illegally change the state of a thread. Here a few examples for runtime error. Now first we need to make a class called class error2, then a main public static void main method string arg, then initialize the values for a, b and c like 10, 5 and 5 respectively. Declare the terms from integer type. Now for x is equals to a divided by b plus c. As we usual, we can able to see 5 plus 5 is 10. When 10 divided by 10, it gives 1, which is divisible by 0. System.out.println x is equals to plus x. And then for int y, the given program is syntactically correct. Yeah, we have all the syntax correctly, and we used to give the semicolons in each and every terms whenever necessary. But the cause the program during a compilation because the logic in this program is difficult, and it shows the error like java.lang.arithmetic exceptions. It will shows when there is some arithmetic exceptions occur in some of the terms in the program, and it will shows error at the particular line. Exceptions. An exception is a condition that caused by a runtime error. When a runtime error is occurred, it shows an exception and it throws an object to create an exception. It's nothing, it's a handling mechanism which detect and report an exceptional circumstance so that appropriate action can be taken. Mechanism used for exceptions. Before exceptions is a mechanism which is suggested to handle and separate error from a program to perform the following task. Number 1. Find the program. The user must need to find the program or should hit the exceptions where the program has been occurred. Inform that an error has been occurred. The system or the compiler must need to inform the user that the exact place where the error has been occurred, which is called as throw the exceptions. Now the third point is receive the error information. The user must need to receive the error information from the system and need to compile it and need to recompile it again. This is called as catch the exceptions. Take corrective actions. The user must needs to take proper and corrective actions to stop further recoveries and to check the error compiling once again. This is called that handle of exceptions. Here there are some common exceptions which we are used in our day-to-day lives. Here it is divided into exceptions types and the causes of their exceptions. Now first we'll talk about arithmetic exceptions. It is caused by some math error like we have seen in this previous program, like division a number by 0. And then array index out of bound exceptions caused a bad array index. For example, if an array index has amount of type or a limit, if we insert more amount of numbers instead of that array type index, it shows array index out of bound exceptions. Array store exceptions caused when a program tries to store a wrong type of data in array. For example, if an array is created in the data type of integer, when a user used to store an array which is in another type, likewise in the character or a string, it will shows that it stores a wrong data type in the array. File not found exceptions. Most of the students have got this error all around when they are used to compile some things. If there's a non-existing file when we compile, By an attempt to access a non-existing file, it will show file not error found exceptions. I/O exceptions caused by general I/O failure, such as inability to read from a file. Null program exceptions caused by referring a null point object. If we refer a null point object to referring a some other method or in class, it will show null point object. Number format exceptions caused by a conversation between string and a number fails. If the conversation between a string or a number fails to get compiled, it will show a number format exceptions. Out of memory exceptions caused when there's no memory space to allocate a new object. When there's no memory space for a new object to get allocated, it shows out of memory exceptions. And now let's see an syntax for exception handling codes. Java used a keyword called try, which blocks the code like when this condition error has been occurred. This is called throw exceptions. Here, the condition is called a Java used a keyword try, which used to block the code when there is an error condition has been occurred. A catch block is defined by the keyword called catch, which catch the exceptions thrown by the try block and handle it properly. The catch block is added immediately after the try block. And now let's see the examples and the syntax for this exception handling codes. We see the try block with a statement which personally generates an exception. By closing the try block, automatically the catch block immediately open after the try block, which process the exceptions and gives the output resulting to the end user while they are conditioned the processing current and conditions and give the output properly. Thank you. Hope you all able to get some more information from what I learned. That's all for today. Thank you once again. This is Irfan from 2nd B.Sc Computer Science, KCSKNC Nadar College of Arts and Science. Thank you.